Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Octo English Academy podcast, the show where we slow things down, keep it real, and make English feel like something you actually want to speak, not something you're afraid of. I'm Sophie, and as always, I'm so happy you're here with us today.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie. And Sophie, I have to say, every time you say, I'm so happy you're here, I genuinely believe you. You're not faking it.
I am absolutely not faking it. These listeners are real people on a real journey, and that matters to us a lot. So if you're new here, welcome to the family. And if you've been with us for a while, you already know what this is. No grammar stress, just real English, real life, and a little bit of fun along the way.
Exactly. And before we get into today's topic, which is a good one, by the way, we want to say a quick thank you. If this podcast has helped you even a little bit, if it's made English feel less scary, please like this episode, subscribe to the channel, or leave us a comment. It genuinely helps more learners find us. More learners find us means more people stop being afraid of English. That's the whole point.
That's beautifully said. And also, today's episode was actually inspired by a listener message. We got a comment from a learner. She said her name is Maria, and she wrote, Sophie, Jamie, I always mix up should and must. My teacher corrects me, but I still don't understand the feeling. Can you help? And Maria, this one is for you.
Maria, you are not alone, I promise you. This is one of the most common confusions in English, and today we're going to fix it together. Not with grammar charts, not with textbook rules, with feelings, with real life, with moments you actually recognize.
Exactly. So here's the quick picture before we go deeper. Today we're talking about two very small words, should and must. They're both about things we do or don't do, but the feeling behind them, very different. Should is like a gentle friend giving you advice. Must is like a firm voice telling you there is no other option.
Yes, think of it this way. Should is your kind older sister saying, hey, you should call mom more often. She's not forcing you, she's just caring. Maybe a little judging, but mostly caring.
A little judging, yes. And must is the sign on the door of a building that says you must wear a mask inside. No discussion, no negotiation. It's the rule. It's the reality. You don't have a choice.
And of course, life is full of both of those moments, right? Advice from people we love, rules we have to follow. So learning these two words isn't just about English, it's about understanding how people communicate what matters to them and how urgent it is.
So relax, sit down, maybe you're on your commute, maybe you're cooking dinner, maybe you're hiding from your homework. Whatever you're doing great. Let's learn together. Okay, Jamie, let's start with should, because I think should is the one that comes up more in daily life, and it's also the one people are a little more afraid to use, maybe because they're not sure if it sounds too strong or not strong enough.
That's a really good point. So let's slow down on should first. The feeling of should, what does it really mean? It means this is a good idea. This is my advice. I think this would be better for you. Or, and this is important, this is what I expect to be true.
Right. Should is not a command. It's a suggestion. It has a kind heart behind it. And the beautiful thing about should is that the other person can say, no, I don't want to. They have freedom.
Let me give you some real-life examples. Imagine your friend hasn't been sleeping well. You might say, you should go to bed earlier. You're not ordering them, you're not their boss, you're just caring about them. That's should.
Real life, please. Here are 3 more. You should drink more water. You look tired. She should talk to her manager about the problem. We should call him. He's been very quiet lately.
You see the feeling? In all 3 of those sentences, there's advice, there's care, there's a suggestion. Nobody's being forced, nobody's in trouble if they don't do it, but the person saying it genuinely thinks it's a good idea.
And should also works when you're talking about something you expect to happen, like the package should arrive tomorrow. That means I believe it will arrive tomorrow. I think it's coming. I'm not 100% sure, but I expect it.
I love that one because it shows how much life is in these little words. We're not just giving rules, we're expressing feelings and beliefs.
Exactly. Okay, now let's talk about must. And Jamie, I want you to start this one because I feel like must has a very specific energy and you explain it well.
Okay, I'll take it. So must, the feeling of must is there is no choice. This is required. This is a rule, a law, a strong personal belief, or a deep necessity. When you hear must, you understand that this is serious. Something depends on it.
Think of the difference between you should wear a seatbelt and you must wear a seatbelt. The second one sounds like the law, and actually, in most countries, it is the law. Must has weight. Must has consequence.
Real life, please. Here are some must examples. You must finish this report before the meeting. Employees must sign in at the front desk. She must see a doctor. This has gone on too long.
Now, notice that last one. She must see a doctor. That's not a law, it's not a rule from a company, but the person saying it feels so strongly, so urgently that they use must. It's like their heart is saying, this is not optional anymore. This is serious. This is real.
Yes, and that's such an important point. Must doesn't always mean a law or a rule. Sometimes it's just your deepest, strongest feeling about something. You feel it in your chest, not just your head.
Let's do a contrast pair, because I think this is where the light really goes on for people. Let's take the same situation and use both should and must, and you'll feel the difference. Situation: your friend hasn't eaten anything all day. You should eat something. This is soft, caring, a little concerned, but calm. You must eat something. This is urgent, maybe even a little scared. You're not just suggesting anymore, you're almost insisting. Something feels wrong and you need them to hear you.
Same situation, same caring heart, but the level of urgency is completely different. And that's the magic of these two words. They carry emotional information. They tell the listener not just what to do, but how important it is.
I want to share something personal here for a second. When I first started learning languages, and I speak a couple besides English, I was always afraid of using the wrong word. I thought, what if I say must when I should say should, and someone thinks I'm being aggressive? What if I say should, and it sounds like I don't care?
And what happened?
And then I realized people almost always understand your intention. If you're warm and kind, even if the word is a little off, people feel your meaning. Communication first, grammar later. The most important thing is that you speak.
I love that. And honestly, that's the lesson of this whole episode, not just the two words. Silence is more dangerous than a wrong sentence. If you say you must eat something to a friend when you meant you should, nobody dies because of it.
Nobody dies, exactly. Okay, let's also talk about must not and should not, because these are the negative forms and they have their own flavors.
Great idea. Should not, or the contraction shouldn't, means this is probably not a good idea. It's advice in the negative direction. You shouldn't stay up so late. She shouldn't send that email when she's angry. We shouldn't ignore this problem.
Gentle, careful, not dramatic, just maybe don't do that. It would be better if you didn't.
Now, must not or mustn't is much stronger. Must not means do not do this. It is forbidden. It is a rule. It is dangerous or wrong. You must not enter this area without a security badge. Children must not play near the road. You mustn't tell anyone about this. It's confidential.
Do you feel the difference? Shouldn't is a raised eyebrow, a gentle hand on the shoulder. Must not is a locked door, a red warning sign. They come from the same family, but they live in very different emotional places.
And here's a quick tip for learners. If you're ever in doubt, go with should. It's softer, it's more common in daily conversation, and it almost always fits. Must is powerful, and you reach for it when you really need it, like a strong spice. You don't put it in everything.
I love that. Must is like chili. You don't put chili in your morning cereal.
Exactly. Please don't.
All right, before we move to the practical part, let's do an emotional check-in, because we always do this on the show. Jamie, honestly, how do you feel about today's topic? Is it one that used to confuse you?
Honestly, yes. When I was learning more about teaching English, I found that even fluent speakers sometimes mix these up in interesting ways. Like, I've heard native speakers say you should wash your hands about something that is actually pretty urgent. And I've heard learners say you must come to my party when they just meant please come. The good news is context saves you almost every time.
Context is everything, and how you say something, your tone, your face, your energy, adds so much meaning beyond the words. So, listeners, you're already doing great. Even reading this, listening to this, you're already ahead. You care. That's everything. Okay, part three. This is the part where we get practical. We do a listener participation moment, we fix some common mistakes gently, and then we close with something you can actually say out loud today. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Listener participation first. I want you to complete this sentence out loud. Don't think too long, just say it. Ready? I know I should blank, but I keep putting it off. Say it with us. Maybe it's, I know I should exercise more, but I keep putting it off. Or, I know I should call my parents more, but I keep putting it off. Or, I know I should study vocabulary every day, but I keep putting it off.
That last one hits close to home for some people, I think. But this is the beauty of should. It lives right there in that honest human moment where you know what's good for you, but life is complicated. You know the right thing, you're just working on it. That's real, that's human. Should is the language of growth.
And now one for must. Complete this sentence. I must remember to blank today. Maybe, I must remember to reply to that message today. Or, I must remember to buy milk. We're completely out. Or, I must remember to breathe during my English test.
That one is real advice for everyone.
Okay, mistake correction time. And Jeannie, I want to say this first. When we share these mistakes, we are not laughing at anyone. We hear these all the time from lovely, intelligent learners. Making a mistake is not a crime. It means you're trying. It means you're speaking. That is everything.
Exactly. So first common mistake, I hear this one a lot. Learner says, you must to go to the doctor. Let's fix it gently. Must does not use to after it. You don't say must to do, you say must do, no to. Think of must as very direct. It goes straight to the action, no middle step. You must go to the doctor. Simple, clean, direct.
The memory trick I use, must is in a hurry. It doesn't have time for to.
I love that. Okay, second common mistake. I also hear this one often. Learner says, I should to study more. Same thing. Should also doesn't use to. Should plus verb, direct. I should study more. Not I should to study more, no to. Neither should nor must need that little word between them and the action.
Here's a way to remember it. Think of should and must like very confident people. They don't need an introduction. They walk straight up to the verb and shake hands. No to in the middle.
Perfect. Third common mistake. Learner says he musts go now, adding an S to must. No, must never changes. It doesn't matter who we're talking about. I must, you must, he must, she must, we must, they must. No S, ever. This is one of those beautiful moments in English where the language is actually being kind to you. It's the same for everyone.
And the same is true for should. I should, you should, he should, she should. No S, no change. Relax. English is giving you a gift here.
One last mistake, and this one is more about meaning than form. Learner says, you must drink more water when talking to a friend who just looks a little tired. This isn't wrong exactly, but it might sound stronger than you mean. Your friend might feel a little alarmed. In casual, everyday conversation, should usually sounds more natural and kind. You should drink more water. Soft, friendly, caring. Save must for when it really matters.
Great advice. And actually, that brings us to our confidence exercise for today. This is the sentence I want you to say out loud right now. Don't wait, just say it. I should take care of myself, and I must believe that I can. Say it again. I should take care of myself, and I must believe that I can.
I love that sentence because it uses both words perfectly. I should take care of myself, advice to yourself, gentle and wise. I must believe that I can. A strong, necessary conviction. No negotiation, no doubt. You must believe it.
Not perfect, but confident. That's the only English you need.
And we promised a little story to close, using both should and must. So here it is, a short story. One character, real feelings. His name is Daniel. He's been putting off a difficult conversation with his boss about his workload. His friend tells him, "Daniel, you should talk to your manager. You've been stressed for weeks." Daniel knows his friend is right, but he's scared. Then one night he can't sleep. He thinks to himself, "I must do something. This can't go on." The next morning, he walks into his manager's office. His heart is pounding, but he speaks.
Beautiful. Should was the gentle voice of a friend. Must was the turning point inside Daniel, and Daniel spoke. That's the whole lesson right there.
Communication first, grammar later. Just keep speaking.
Okay, let's bring it home. Today, we learned that should is the language of advice, suggestion, and expectation. It's caring, it's soft, it has freedom inside it.
And must is the language of obligation, urgency, and deep necessity. It's firm, it's serious. It means this matters, this is real.
Neither word requires to after it. Neither word takes an S for he or she. And both words live in your daily life, in your relationships, your work, your health, and your own inner voice.
Maria, this episode was for you, and for everyone who wrote to us, who listened quietly, who practiced in the shower this morning. You're already doing great.
English is not a test, it's a tool. And today, you just picked it up and used it. That matters.
If today's episode helped you, please subscribe to the Octo English Academy podcast. Leave a comment. Tell us what topic confuses you. Your message might become our next episode. That's how this community grows. Together.
And remember, not perfect, but confident. Confidence is more important than perfection. It always will be. We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care of yourselves. Keep speaking.
Bye for now.
Bye.